What is life like as a young touring performer? Today, we're joined by Nicola Pohl to talk about the highs and lows of living on the road.
Because it's free travel as well. You're getting paid to travel.
Welcome back to the Sharehouse. I'm Joel Harris. I'm here with my best friend, Mikey D. Very handsome today, Mac.
That's really kind of you to say that.
And I'm also here with Nicola Pohl. How you doing, Nicola?
I'm good.
Please welcome.
Nervous.
Well, I called you in because I heard whispers on the grapevine that you've had a very interesting share homing experience.
I lived in so many different places.
Yeah, you were fed uni in Ballarat for 3 years?
Yep.
And then straight after that, you went touring around where for how long?
Australia.
The whole of Australia.
So it was my first job out of uni.
Okay.
It was for a traveling children's theatre company. I
Wild.
played so many characters in like 4 total shows.
Okay.
And I traveled as far as, or I only went as far north as Sydney and as far west as Ceduna. Do you know where Ceduna
Barely
is?
know.
No.
It's like past. So it's like 8 hours drive. It's 8 hours drive west of Adelaide.
Okay.
So it's
gotcha.
like no man's land. That's where Australia is Mars.
Yeah.
But the company has driven as far as Brisbane, as south as Tasmania, and I think they've gone to Broome or something one time.
How many did you travel with? Humans?
5 others, so there's 6 of us. Yeah.
And what was that? Like, did they put you up in rooms? Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
So each new place was a new, like, sleeping arrangement.
Yeah, yeah. They either book us like a big, massive, like multiple room share house, or we go to a caravan park and rent out 2 cabins.
Oh.
So that's nice. But
2
like
cabins.
you know the ones with the really paper thin walls?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
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 Yeah. So
gotcha.
So when I was touring the 2, there was like you'd hear some interesting things.
With
Really?
the traveling circus group, they get freaky.
People getting raunchy on that, like.
No, no, it's actually in the company contract. You know
No,
why?
no
Because it's
snooking.
happened before.
Oh, no kissing on
No
lips.
hanky panky.
Interesting. When I went on the cruise ship, the one thing they said to me, like contractually, they said, no getting with the guests, but crew is fine. Go
So you
ahead."
can screw the crew.
And that was in that was in the first meeting. They were like really serious about like, you do not f- the guests. You'll be kicked off the ship the day after. If we find out, you're done. You'll be blacklisted. But you can get with
But
the
each
crew.
other.
Yeah, they're like, oh, get with the
They
crew.
know you're on there for months. You know,
Yeah.
you got to screw someone.
It's a quick turnaround. They're like, wild. So that makes sense though, because it can collapse the integrity of the group when there starts getting little romantic pop-ups.
Yeah.
You just know.
Oh,
Like
so you can unromantically.
Yeah.
You can just okay. So that's in the contract
that's what
as well.
I did for a year.
No eye contact, closed eyes, no romance, no candles lit, full lighting.
If you don't open your eyes, you have no one to fall in love with.
ceiling
That's
lights on, no one looks good under ceiling lights.
No.
So you're saying that people were getting with each other on the tour. You couldn't get wrapped up, intertwined in the emotions. Or am I missing? Okay.
No, I never did it, and no one got together when I was touring.
Yeah.
So it was like we were very professional. There was just like sometimes you just get some odd units on tour.
Yeah, it's also like an interesting thing in share houses. It's kind of that unspoken thing of, hey, if we can try not to do this, especially in a large group. Like there's someone we interviewed just the other week where they have a house of what was like 8 of them or something.
Yeah.
And you think when there's
How do you live with 8 people?
Well, listen to the episode and you'll find out.
Oh, you're a good plug-in.
Thank you so much. And you think with that dynamic as well, it's spooky to see what spawns because there's so much at stake, especially when you're traveling interstate. You're a little traveling circus.
Yeah.
Things can crumble quick.
Yeah, and you have to keep it together for months as well.
Yeah.
Like everything's okay on stage.
Yeah.
You know, you're just doing your job. You have to say the words that you were given.
Yeah.
But when you're backstage, you're not given a script. You can say anything you want.
Oh, it gets feisty.
Because I imagine there's like you didn't know these people before you went on tour.
I didn't
and then
know, yeah, I
all of
didn't
a
know
sudden
anyone.
you're flung into them for 8 weeks, and I imagine that can go well as well. But it's also
Yeah.
like I have to get acquainted with all these people's lifestyles very quickly.
You were young,
Really,
too,
I
hey?
was 21.
Yeah, that's young.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was working with people like 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was just so lucky that we got on. Like I went to their wedding last September.
Also, full lifelong
Lifelong friendships. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Like we've had, you know, in those cabin caravan park cabins.
Yeah.
In those caravan parks.
Yeah.
I've stayed up late just DNMing with some of the people. We just got to know
cool.
each other and, talked about our life stories and stuff. Like, it was really nice. Like, it's really lucky. And those two people that got married who were the tour managers and they were casting the thing, they'd have to be so good at judging people.
Yeah.
Because they have to put together a group
Yeah.
of people who, not only work together and have good banter on stage, but can actually live together.
Yeah.
Which is like arguably more important.
Absolutely.
Because,
Yeah.
you're only on stage for an hour and a half. You're together every other second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more important for sure.
Yeah.
I also think 21 is the age of blind confidence. So I think it's almost the perfect time to do it. Like when I was 21, I really thought I had a firm grasp on who I was and understood everything. So I think that's the time to do something like that for sure.
Yeah. It's the time because it's free travel as well. You're
Yeah.
getting paid to travel.
Yeah.
And you can just go out and do whatever. Like we got 3 days in Adelaide, so we just like. Sorry, I can't.
Don't apologize.
Breaking the flow of the conversation by apologizing after. We would just go mess around in Adelaide Fringe when we're in Adelaide on our off days and just hang out.
Yeah.
Beach burrito, what up?
Because there's nothing like being in that moment where you are DNMing and really getting to know people. It is like traveling in a way. Like and I think that is a thing to do when you're that young as well and are not tied to too many things at home. It's like just fling yourself out into the world and
Literally, yeah.
meet people and have a great time.
I wasn't paying rent, didn't have a car. I was making free money. I wasn't spending anything. I saved so much. The only time I saved up more than that was JobKeeper.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, when you were touring, did the tour end and then COVID happened? So, or where's the timeline of the life here?
Good question. So I finished my first block of tours in like July 2019.
Okay.
I was supposed to tour in 2020, but the entirety of shows got pushed back, obviously.
Yeah.
So the next time that I toured was 2021. And that's when I did like another 3 months.
Got
of
straight
tours.
back out there, huh?
Hunchback at Notre Dame.
Oh, were you the hunch or were you the man?
No.
I'm assuming someone crawled up on someone's back. They put a sheet over you.
You're just like, this person's so butch, they can't possibly play a female character. And you're right. I played a non-binary character.
Not what I was asking. I just wanted to know if someone played the hunch, Unless you typecast that person with a hunchback. I have a question around touring etiquette. Because we briefly touched on somebody being loud in the paper-thin wall rooms.
Yeah.
What is some touring etiquette that you would like to share with people to let them know, like, hey, cut that out when you're traveling with 5 other humans?
Having loud phone conversations in the touring truck.
Oh, my God. When I was on a cruise ship, every night I'd go to bed and my roommate, like my bunkmate, we had bunks. Above me, he had an arranged marriage. His parents teed up. He was from Nepal, and he met her on the boat over the phone. So every night, to foster this relationship, all I'd hear is, I love you so much, baby. Yeah, I'm so excited to meet you.
That's
We're
nice.
going to have a beautiful wedding. Yeah, thousands of dollars. Okay. I'm like, Josh, please. It's 2 a.m. every single night. And she, at that stage, wasn't saying I love you back. So it's just the funniest thing to listen to.
Oh my God.
Just him saying I love you, baby.
Happily married now, right?
Yeah,
great.
Super happy.
Oh,
Never
so
met
it
her.
ended nicely.
So well.
Oh, great.
He went and had the most beautiful marriage. Shout out to Joshy, my boy.
Hey.
But yeah, I totally agree. That etiquette is so important. Sleep time is something you can die if you don't get enough good sleep. Good
Let
REM.
alone perform for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, if not multiple times a
Yeah,
day.
and all our shows, most of them started at 9:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to, like, we'd be getting up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. because you'd have to travel, get there at 7:45 because you'd have 90 minutes of setup time.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Because the set's just so big.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you have to give everyone the rest that they need. Like there is a bit of a culture to like hang out a lot and stay up late and blah blah, blah and like that's fine. But yeah, like that the etiquette is just you just got to respect someone's right to have their alone time or go to bed early. And that's what we did.
I can extend that to
Yeah.
Sharehouses as well. Giving someone the right to their own time if they want to watch a movie by themselves or cook by themselves or be by themselves. Lockie and I just have a very easy one. If Lockie goes to the room, like his bedroom, shuts the door, you leave Lockie alone. You leave me alone when I go to my bedroom.
Yeah,
100%. Even with the sleep thing, I'm very... I feel like I'm more stringent about it because, like, if the kitchen light's on or the hallway light's on, I'm like, man, I gotta go turn that off. That light's seeping into my bedroom, and I know, like,
that's another etiquette thing for the home. Turn the damn lights off. And if you're gonna go wandering past 10 p.m. into the kitchen areas, it's a shared space area. You tiptoe.
Yeah.
You better put your Crocs on or something. You be like quiet. I don't want to hear like the of the sweaty feet on the floor.
Let alone paper thin walls or in the caravan or.
Oh my God. And in those caravan park cabins, you can hear everything. Like those are vinyl floors, you know, they are like squishy.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, you know, like you can hear everything. Like I stayed in one room in a cabin that had sliding doors, not a closey door.
Yeah,
right.
Just in case you needed a definition.
No, thank you. Closing doors there. Not familiar, but thank you for that.
That is the scientific name for the two. Closey doors.
As opposed to other doors that stay open all the time.
Yeah. Closey doors and slidey doors. That's what they call them in Bunnings.
Yeah. And in Germany. Anyways, please.
Yeah, so if anyone's like going to wrestle a chip packet, man, you can hear every single thing.
Yeah.
Every single punch.
What about bathroom etiquette when you're on the road or living with a lot of people?
Good question. When I was on tour, we would like plan that beforehand.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when we'd like first get together for like, you know, night before tour, we'd be like, so are you a morning shower or a night shower?
Cool.
So that that really helped. So we would plan out cabins to be like, okay, who are the morning showers, who are the night showers? We had a couple like a few tours in a row, and they would shower together in the morning to like save time
and keep the romance alive.
Yeah, 100%.
So, shout out to them.
They were the ones who got married.
Yeah, and you know what? You shower together, you stay together. I live by it.
And I've always said that.
Yeah. I actually wake up every morning. That's a really good one. They laughed at Sheldon Cooper in Big Bang Theory for having a morning poop schedule. I respect the damn hell out of it.
Yeah, the way you were talking about morning schedules and bathroom schedules, I was like, oh, they're deciding who gets to poo first, of course.
Yeah.
Who needs to go immediately after a show.
That's a big thing.
Actually, that's in my setup schedule. I would do all of my jobs, and then I would go like take a fat dump in the school's toilet.
Yeah.
Clears the mind.
I was like, if I don't poo, like, you know, I'd have a coffee so it can just go straight through me. I don't have to shit during. I'm swearing again. I don't have to shit during the show.
Yeah. That's a tough time.
You don't want to poop during the show. You're constantly
No.
doing stuff. If you're not on stage, you're doing the tech. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like you make it a part of your routine. You go poo before the show.
I think people don't talk about it enough, especially in shared living, that we all have different bowel schedules, and I don't control it, but I know I've got 2 a day in me. Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna brag. I'm gonna brag.
Yeah.
And so I know I need it at certain times of the day.
Yeah.
And I have a new housemate that's just moved in, Liv, and she's living with us. Thank you. And we're just, because her name's Liv, for those wondering. Living with us.
You got to thank Joel for that.
So
Have context.
our big thing is, you know, now working around someone else's poop schedule. And sometimes they conflict. But I think you eventually just, your schedule changes. Your body goes, okay, well, I know it's not available at this time. I think we should just have a chat about it. I think there should be monthly meetings.
Yeah.
How's your bowels doing? Are you eating regularly?
Yeah.
Now, in the fear of going completely into poop talk, what else was the etiquettes you'd bring along for your...
I miss just like being around people constantly.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm not one of those people who can be alone very well. Like I don't really know how to do that. So just got like real deep real quickly.
The room got quiet.
Yeah. No, I love being around people.
Yeah.
And especially with the people that you really like. Like there was like a couple of those tours where it was just like the best people you'd ever meet, you know? Yeah. So yeah, just like do touring how you want to do touring. You know, you make it how you want it to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, respect other people. That's a good tip. And yes, and on stage.
Yeah. For the love of God.
Don't leave another player hanging.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for me...
That's like 3 tips.
No.
Hey,
You got more than you budgeted for. You're welcome.
But it's interesting because it sounds like an incredible experience if you're willing to launch yourself out there and take a chance on spending a ton of time with a lot of people. I feel like for me, I'd really have to let go with a lot of my like kind of go-to gripes with people because you can't control how other people are going to behave and act, and not like badly family, but just like their general day-to-day might conflict with your general day-to-day. And I feel like I'd really have to like massage a lot of that out of me just to be able to chill in those environments.
Since you're living with these people short term, you've really got to pick your battles.
Yeah.
You know, do I really want to bring this up with someone that I'm not going to see every day in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah.
You know, when the tour's over.
A list of priorities is a big one. If there's a group of things that they're doing that annoy you, go, okay, which one's the most annoying and which can I just shove off? They've said they leave the bath mat on the floor and it's wet.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah. And that's
I was not raised a bath mat hanger. I learned that in a share house in Ballarat where nothing dries.
I hate you.
My housemate came up to me and was like, don't you realise that nothing dries in Ballarat? You got to hang up the bath mat.
And that's okay. I'm happy to move that to the bottom of my list.
There are worse things in life.
If you were to leave out fresh produce that stunk out the house, that's top tier for me.
Yeah.
I won't compromise on that, but I'll compromise on the bath mat. I can hang out for you. That's not that hard for me.
Yeah.
But that's your list making, and that's where you got to start.
Priorities. Also, if someone's like with Steph and me, we go through really busy periods.
Yep.
So like sometimes there'll be a stack of dishes in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, you know what? This week, I'm going to be doing the majority of the dishes because Steph's busy, and vice versa. Like this week for me, you know, it's been a hard week. It's been a busy week. I've just not pulled my weight. But we know, even without saying anything, that like, you know, the other person's going to pick up the slack. Because that's how we are.
Yeah, we're good friends.
And that's nice when you've been together that long and you're in that groove and system, but with a bunch of random people you're touring with.
Yeah, you gotta even it out.
Yeah,
and extend your thanks as well, even if it's just a situation you're in, but with a group of randoms as well. Thanking people, even though you're doing it for them, goes a long way. Just say thanks for that. I appreciate you picking up my slack for a second.
Yeah,
makes for harmonious living.
Yeah, you gotta give thanks.
Hey, where can the people find you in the world? On the line? Can they find you there?
They can find me online, and if you see me on the street, I'm out and about. You can find me.
Don't shake my hand.
This is my address, and this is my work.
I also heard you're doing a couple shows.
I'm going back on tour, baby.
Oh, snap. Where you going?
We're going to Adelaide.
Huge.
And so we're doing Adelaide Fringe, and we're doing Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Amazing.
Oh my God,
So
what shows? What can they Google?
We're going to bring 2 shows.
Huge.
So Steph and I and our other half, Tess, we are...
You and Steph are one half, Tess is the entire other half.
We don't work
Shout out
thirds in
Tess.
this land, Joel.
She really brings up that tree. Brings up the average. So we have a comedy trio. We are doing a show called Hit and Hope, a character cabaret.
Cool.
So we're doing character comedy. We're playing a bunch of shit people that we've dated.
Wonderful.
Joel Harris gets a feature.
He's going to be filming the show being like,
wait a minute. I poop at 8 a.m. I don't like the hallway light on.
wait, I put water on the toothpaste.
All right, moving on.
Joel really does suck.
Wait, I dab when I sneeze. Yeah, I listen to this.
Oh my God.
So Hit and Hope, a character cabaret, and we're bringing it to Melbourne for Comedy Festival. So we're going to be at the Motley Bar House for all of the shows. Most shows. Yeah. So we are, oh God, what are the dates? So 25th till I don't know, we're in school holidays for the kids show for Amarendra Get Me Out of Here, and then we're on in the first 2 weeks of the Comedy Fest.
We're going to link
for Hit and
all
Hope.
this for you. We're going to link it.
Please, I'm sorry.
We're going to link it.
Look it up yourself.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Nicola. And make sure to tell somebody you love them today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.